I'm going to demonstrate one way that I use VisGen to validate my Microsoft Visio designs. VisGen is a Microsoft Visio add-in that provides a number of modeling and reporting features that support me across the design lifecycle. One of these features is a management framework for custom shape data that you can use across shapes from any stencil or template, even shapes that you've created yourself. I'm not going to demonstrate this feature today, but I've populated a sample model with data that needs to change. I often generate a report to preview how my end products will look before my model is even finished. This serves as a form of validation to check for gaps in my description or discrepancies that are otherwise not apparent in the Microsoft Visio interface. The VisGen Report Builder allows me to structure a report using rich text, diagrams, and tables from my model in Microsoft Visio. I configure each of these elements to specify exactly which portions of my model to communicate. For example, I can select any diagram from any page and any combination of layers within each diagram. I can also customize the table output in a similar fashion. I'm going to build a table here by selecting the attributes and relationships on the left that I want to use as column headers. And I'm going to use the controls on the right to filter the shapes that I want to select my data from. We'll see that the shapes will appear as rows in my table. The VisGen Report Builder provides a number of these filter options, as well as table sorting behavior and the ability to add a custom table style. Since I've added a large number of columns, I also want to change this page's layout in my report to a size that better supports my table. Now I'm going to generate a Microsoft Word report. This report is using a custom Microsoft Word document template that I've configured in the VisGen settings window. With text, diagram, and table elements, I can fully describe all aspects of my design, and VisGen automates the repetitious and time-consuming activities associated with documenting it. VisGen also ensures consistency between my model and its output. And as I mentioned previously, this output helps me validate my design to identify discrepancies and unknown gaps. As I scroll through my document, I notice my diagram is using a different color scheme than my template. I also see that I haven't populated many attributes, like the encryption attribute, for the resource flows in my table. I'm going to quickly make some changes to my model and regenerate a report. Back in Visio, I find a theme that matches my Microsoft Word template. I'm going to apply it to my shapes. And I use the quick link feature in VisGen to export my shape data to Microsoft Excel. This will establish links between the data in the two applications. In Excel, I can view my data in spreadsheet form and use Excel utilities to filter the data, identify gaps or discrepancies, and make bulk changes that I can later synchronize back into my shapes in Microsoft Visio. As an example, I've quickly used the fill handle in Microsoft Excel to populate the encryption attribute for all the connector shapes in my model. In Visio, I see my external data in the bottom window here. However, the data has not yet been refreshed with my most recent changes from Excel. So I navigate to the Data tab in the ribbon, I refresh my data, and I now see the encryption attribute is populated in my shapes. I'm now going to regenerate my document to reflect these changes. I work in a fast-paced, agile environment. Our designs sometimes change very frequently, and we need to validate and communicate these design changes in cadence with our development. It's often hard to keep up. VisGen bridges the gap between our models and the Microsoft Office products that we use to communicate amongst our team and with our customers. With VisGen, we're using those same Microsoft tools that we already know, to validate and improve our designs and allow our designs to better communicate all at a faster pace. VisGen allows me to quickly find gaps in my architectural description and make changes to my design while ensuring that my deliverables are always consistent with my models, which is critical for me at all stages of the design lifecycle. With this suite of tools, I can also add a little jazz, aligning my visual styles and themes and improving the general look and feel of my finished product. I can even reuse the same report template that I built in VisGen to generate a Microsoft's PowerPoint presentation for my model with the exact same content. Microsoft Visio, Word, Excel, and PowerPoint all consistently but very differently convey the same design. Thanks for watching.